Let's make this creamy, delicious, and decadent New York cheesecake from my new cookbook, Simple Pleasures. As we enter the run-up to the holidays, cheesecake is the perfect dessert to whip up for any get-together. It's a real crowd pleaser. I'm going to show you how to make baked cheesecakes much more simply than most recipes, with no fuss and no water bath required. I'll also share with you a few secrets to getting a smooth cheesecakes without any cracks. Thank you to everyone who's pre-ordered the book. If you've yet to pre-order, I'll leave a link below. It's the best way to ensure you get your copy of the cookbook. Let's start with the crust. You can use graham crackers. I love using digestive biscuits. They're buttery and salty, and if you've never made cheesecake with digestive biscuits, I am telling you, you gotta give these a go. These are delicious. The saltiness of the biscuits complements really well the decadent cheesecake. Whiz these up in your food processor, or alternatively, you can just put these in a zip top bag and crush them with a rolling pin. Mix the melted butter and the crumbs until your mixture resembles wet sand. Now let me show you a secret when making cheesecake. You want to mount the base of the pan upside down. That way, it will be easy to slide the cheesecake off the base. If you assemble the pan in the usual way, the ridge of the base will make it hard for you to transfer the cheesecake onto a plate because your spatula will get stuck on the ridge. Once the base is secure, butter the pan and line the bottom with parchment paper. You're going to transfer the crust into the prepared cheesecake pan and pack it well. Set the pan to the side, and let's make the best part, the cheesecake filling. You'll need softened cream cheese and sour cream. You want to mix these together on medium-low for about 30 seconds before adding the sugar. Now, I cannot stress how important it is to use room temperature ingredients. Not only do room temperature ingredients mix much more easily, so your cheesecake will be smooth and creamy. We all love a smooth cheesecake, but using room temperature ingredients allows you to mix the ingredients easily and quickly without incorporating too much air, which expands during baking and can potentially cause your cheesecake to crack. You never want to incorporate too much air into your cheesecake batter. You're going to add the room temperature eggs one at a time without the shells, and this is where you really want to make sure you're not overmixing the batter. Once the eggs are incorporated, you want to stop mixing. Now, funny story, years ago, I was at a friend's house and she had made cheesecake. There were bits of cooked egg in the cheesecake, like actual pieces of cooked egg. Obviously, I ate it like a pro. I said it was delicious. I'm guessing this happens because everyone tells you to not overmix, and she just did not mix enough. So please make sure the eggs are in fact incorporated. Anyway, shout out to her. To this day, we still laugh about it. Lots more tips and tricks will be in the book and of course on my website. I've added the flour, which will give the cheesecake a bit more structure. Scrape the bottom and sides of the bowl, especially if you're using a stand mixer. Cream cheese loves to settle at the bottom of the bowl, so scrape the bottom to avoid streaks in your cheesecake. Now, I do recommend you place your pan onto a baking sheet. As the cheesecake bakes, sometimes what can happen is the crust will leak butter. To avoid butter leaking onto the bottom of your oven and creating a mess, just place the pan onto another pan. Add the filling to your cheesecake pan, and you're going to bake the cheesecake in a preheated oven at 300 degrees Fahrenheit or 150 degrees Celsius for 1 hour. In this time, do not open the oven. After 1 hour, what you can do, however, I don't really recommend it, is give the cheesecake a slight tap to see if the center jiggles. That's what we want. The reason I don't recommend doing this, though, is because of the sudden change in oven temperature. So after 1 hour, you're going to turn off the oven, and again, to avoid a sudden drop in temperature, you're going to leave the cheesecake as is in the oven, turned off for another 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, open the oven door and allow the cheesecake to sit for another 10 minutes. You're then going to remove the cheesecake from the oven and let the cheesecake sit in the pan at room temperature for about 2 hours. Then cover and refrigerate overnight. The reason we don't refrigerate the cheesecake immediately is because of condensation. If she's hot, she's also going to be sweaty, okay? So unless you want a sweaty cheesecake, do not refrigerate it if it's hot. Now I'm going to show you how to transfer the cheesecake onto your serving plate. I feel not that many people know how to do that. It is really simple though. Take 2 long spatulas, do a little prayer to the cheesecake gods, and quickly and swiftly transfer the cheesecake onto your plate. Now for some reason my cheesecake came out with holes.
There's a hole.
Initially, I thought it was haha funny. It's just one slice, but no.
Are you kidding me? What are all these holes?
Cheesecake with no holes is another video for another time. If you've never made New York cheesecake, this method is easy and straightforward. And the cheesecake is delicious. It melts in your mouth. The book comes out in less than a week. I cannot wait for you to have it. You can still pre-order the book, and I want to thank everyone who's pre-ordered. I hope you'll love it.